Hello again. Welcome to the studio. I'm Maria. I'm very excited about our next project. It's our last project of the semester. We're going to be delving into the fascinating world of ancient Egyptian culture. And specifically, we're going to be exploring hieroglyphics, how to read them, how to write them, and you are going to be creating your own name in hieroglyphics within a cartouche. We're going to be painting these not just on any kind of paper. We're going to be painting these on actual papyrus paper. So if you're ready to get started, gather your supplies and let's make art. For those of you in my class, we will get started by reading through all of this information that is in the Google Doc I prepared for you in your Google Classroom. We'll look at some examples of hieroglyphics from the Temple of Hathor in Dendera, and then you will get this worksheet that I've created for you where you will work out your name in hieroglyphics. I created one here for my first name, and I created another one here for my last name. Now the thing to remember about hieroglyphs is the direction that we read them in. So they can be read from left to right or right to left, and always from top to bottom. This might sound confusing, but when we look at all of the examples of hieroglyphics that we have, it basically allowed for hieroglyphics to be blended with the artwork in any given space. When trying to figure out your name in hieroglyphics, a couple of important things to remember. There was really no L, so we see a couple of hieroglyphics standing in for the letter L. And also there were really no hieroglyphs for vowel sounds. So in some cases we need to eliminate those vowel sounds from your name. So for example, my name Maria, I'm not going to include that A sound there, that short A sound there. I'm only going to create the hieroglyph for M, R. I'll use the long sounding E, which is the double feather here, and I will include that last vowel sounding A, even though typically in hieroglyphs, in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, maybe I would only see these three hieroglyphs for the name Maria. The other symbol that you're going to include in your cartouche is the symbol for man or woman, indicating that the name inside the cartouche is actually a name and not another word for something else. In this example of my last name, McCadden, again, I've got some things to consider. I've got two C's and two D's, but the sound, the phonetic sound, would only indicate one of those letters, not two. That would be English, not ancient Egyptian. So I'm only going to use this symbol for M, this symbol for C, this symbol for the D, and then end it with the symbol for N. Now when I look at this with just those four hieroglyphs, I have a decision to make. I've eliminated the E at the end, in between the D and the end, but do I really want to eliminate that A sound, that vowel, short vowel sound of ah in the middle of the C and the D? And I think I might want to put that bird symbol in there, that vulture symbol right in between there, just for aesthetics. And that's just a decision that you need to make for yourself. Does it look good this way, or will it look better if I include that fifth hieroglyph? On the back of your worksheet, you might want to sketch out your plan for your papyrus paper, your cartouche, and any other elements you might want to include. You can also do this in your sketchbook. I'm going to take my idea and redraw it on the papyrus paper. I've included a border with some simple decorations that I'll paint and a variety of colors. I've also included this winged scarab symbol down here, very popular motif in ancient Egyptian art. And then I'm going to select a variety of paints, acrylic paints. I'm going to have a limited color palette. I don't want it to be over busy with too many colors. So I am limiting my palette to just these blues and turquoise colors and some warm colors balanced out on the other end of that. So I'll be able to create a variety of colors with the addition of white, which will lighten your colors, which is called a tint. So we want contrast, we want variety, we want visual excitement with this, we want balance and color, line, shape, value, all of those wonderful elements and principles of art and design that we're learning about. I like to use a variety of brushes, and one's going to be really small for any details. I like to paint my larger areas first and my details last. Have on hand a cup of clean water and paper towel. I did it again. Oh, jeez, getting all hung up here. Deep breaths, deep breaths. It'll all be good. The long sounding E, which is a double F, or double F, double feather, double feather. I don't know where I was going with that. One more time for good measure.